because we're too far in thinking.
Yeah.
So, and these Africans, when you needed them, they were there for you. The frontline states were there. People got killed in Lesotho. People got killed in Mozambique. People got killed in Swaziland, in Botswana, because they were suspected to have been harboring the terrorists, meaning your liberators, your liberation movements were alleged to have headquarters in those places. Someone says, don't tell us about Nigerians. You even go to an extent of saying Nigerians gave us money for our liberation. It's true. From the civil servants of Nigeria, monies were deducted from them to support the liberation of South Africa. So today we are in a comfortable place. We say we don't want them. The EFF agrees that we don't want undocumented people in South Africa. How can we say South Africans must get IDs and then welcome people who are not undocumented? Everybody has to be documented so that if any wrongdoing happens, for whatever reason we are looking for you, we need to find your location.
Yeah.
So we need to find a way. They are here already. You go and put them in Lindela with our state money, which you are saying it's supposed to buy medicine. We pay buses, we take them back. They come back the following day, not next week.
So what would be your solution as the EFF?
The solution is let's go and document these people.
So don't deport them, rather find a way to formalize them.
We need to document them, because whether you like it or not, my brother, they are here. You know what they do in December? They hand themselves over in Lindela so that they can go and eat Christmas at home. And then in January they come back. That money could have been used on some feeding scheme to feed the children of the poor or in the clinics. The reality of you are in denial. There's xenophobic.
I have listened to Senator Adams' proposition. As provocative as it is, this is a people's parliament. Can we now bring back those Nigerian citizens that have lost their lives in a very this tragic horror manner? Can we bring back their lives? Are we not telling the world that we do not care about our people? Are we not giving the impetus to the South Africans, to Nigerians that are in South Africa, that they are on their own? So when the Senate of the Federal Republic speaks, it speaks more than the minister. It speaks more than the ambassador. It sends a clear signal that we can take revenge after diplomacy has failed. Review, and because they have violated it and they keep killing Nigerians, that we revoke the license of MTN and revoke the license of DSTV as economic measures to show that we are not just. We are not just. Yes, I support you, but I represent Bauchi Central, and I rise to raise the constitutional order, part 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Section 4, legislative powers of the National Assembly. First and second, the National Assembly shall have powers to make laws for the peace, order, and good government of the Federation or any part thereof, with respect to any matter included in the exclusive legislative list set out in Part 1 of the second schedule to this Constitution. Mr. President, without going back to Part 1 to quote this relevant constitutional order, I totally disagree with the submission canvassed by Senator Alero, even though diplomatic. This government comprises 3 parts: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. At no time should we stop doing what we are elected to do here because the executive are doing it. Mr. President, this is people's chamber, And I'm sure you have also watched the horror like we have all watched. And to now say, because the executive are taking some diplomatic initiatives, then the People's Chamber cannot speak. I think that is not right. I'm not, you have not permitted me to add to the debate. But this constitution gives us limitless powers over what you can say for and on behalf of Nigerians, for and on behalf of people of Nigeria.
Constitutional point of order is upheld. You may wish to contribute.
Mr. President, it is sad, tragic, that in this 21st century, the people of South Africa, and of course, some government officials are involved without recourse to looking at the history, without recourse to looking at the black race, without recourse to looking at the continent of Africa. To be doing what they are doing, which they have done in 1998, they repeated it in 2011, they repeated it in 2017, they did it again in 2020. And it is continuous, and it has been continuous. The kind of mob that came out from cities, not one city, all across South Africa, begins to tell me that we are no longer Africa, we are no longer the black race, and we are no longer human beings. And therefore, I have listened to Senator Adams' proposition. As provocative as it is, this is a people's parliament. Can we now bring back those Nigerian citizens that have lost their lives in a very, this tragic horror manner? Can we bring back their lives? Are we not telling the world that we do not care about our people? Are we not giving the impetus to the South Africans, to Nigerians that are in South Africa, that they are on their own? So when the Senate of the Federal Republic speaks, it speaks more than the minister. It speaks more than the ambassador. It sends a clear signal that we can take revenge after diplomacy has failed. So it is important that the world should know that we are concerned. We have seen what they have done, not only to Nigerians, but we've seen what they have done to Zimbabweans, to Ghanaians. And you know, when you remove the Nigerian populace in South Africa, there will be no resistance whatsoever. Our people resisted it, and it is because in the course of resistance that they were lynched, killed in broad daylight. The South African security watch, and you could see them hiding behind these mobs. That means that particular thing, it wasn't just a mob, it was organized, orchestrated, and the government came with a very lamentable information that please stop doing this. Are South Africans not having military? Are they not having police? Are they not having other security apparatus? They do. And they have the gadgets, they have the ability to stop what has been happening. Have they done it? They have not done it, Mr. President. So it is incumbent upon the People's Chamber, and of course, led by you, Mr. President, to speak seriously about this matter. And if this thing continues, we have alternatives. We have options. And therefore, these words should be sent across South Africa. We know where South Africans are, not only Nigeria, but all over Africa. And we can take this fight to their territory, if need be. But we cannot sit down and, typical of some of us, lament when these things is happening. There is no duplicate. Life has no duplicate. All of a sudden you are killed. Your families have lost you for no reason whatsoever. Mr. President, I think this is as serious as it gets. And today, sir, if this is the only thing the People's Chamber, the Senate of the Federal Republic will discuss. Please be it. I thank you for listening.
Senator Nengi, maybe you don't. The enormity of the atrocity is mind-boggling. It's such that many of us are numbed. So we have to. It's not just enough to discuss. We must engage our own government on the action to take. Like Senator Alero said, there is reciprocity, reciprocal arrangement in international diplomacy. You can't imagine a Nigerian woman or man, a Nigerian child passing on the street, and somebody will go and club that child to death just because the person is a Nigerian. And guess what? This is happening between blacks and blacks. So black South Africans are killing black Africans. Black South Africans are killing black Africans. Who died for them, who contributed for them, who lamented, who cried, who prayed for them to be freed from appetite. It's not a discussion of one day. We will look at prayers, and where the prayers are not strong enough, we'll go into executive session to discuss on further steps. Because if you want to go and kill a lion in a bush, you cannot go there with a bear. You can't be ringing a bell and telling the lion, I'm on my way. Lion, I'm on my way. The lion will definitely run away on hearing the bell. So that's why I was saying that whatever we are going to say here, as a parent, as an individual, as a father, you don't understand what, unless you are not watching the horrific scenes. It's not even as if, I don't think, no empathy, no humanity. And the government has not reacted in a way that will show that the government is not behind this. How can security agencies be in the crowd and be watching this kind of thing happening? And they are armed. And in some places you see myriad of motorcycles watching, and some using their phones to video, while a Nigerian who was dragged from the kitchen is being murdered. For what? For being in South Africa. That means that South Africa, in fact, is something we must call on even the international organizations like the United Nations. They should take action. It's not something that is a Nigerian thing alone. You know, Botswana has gone to pick their citizens from there. They've gone to the border. Zimbabweans are doing the same. Ghanaians are trying to withdraw their citizens, and Nigeria must do something very, 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 very urgent. That's why I said it's slightly complicated, because this is black rising against black. We are now going to be a mockery in the international community because of our color. So even if we discuss from now till tomorrow, unless we agree on actionable plan and actionable points, discussions will not have any meaning. Senator Isunaso?
According to the motion, I repeat my earlier thing, that is economy battle, that we review, and because they have violated it and they keep killing Nigerians, that we revoke the license of MTN and revoke the license of DSTV as economic measures to show that we are not just, yes, I support you, but we must revoke the license of MTN, revoke the license of DSTV as an indication of our seriousness. Those people who have died, their life is much more than foreign investment. Labor, what are you talking? They are killing your people who say labor.
Those in support that was not the motion.
You can dismiss it, but that's my view.
Those in support that was not the motion before us say aye. Those against say nay. That was not the motion. So, is there anybody?
Eric Oshomole, I represent the people of Edo North. I do not intend to repeat any of the statements that have been made very eloquently by all of those who have spoken. And my point is not only informed by the fact that we were all contributors to the struggle against apartheid. I remember very well that it was because of the struggle against apartheid that a Nigerian president, then head of state, Murtala Mohammed, declared before the Americans that Henry Kissinger, who was Secretary of State, was not welcome to Nigeria. In the words of General Murtala Mohammed, he said the era of gunboat diplomacy was over. Nigeria's commitment to eradication of apartheid is not negotiable. And they proceeded to nationalize British petroleum because the British too were supporting apartheid. So I can understand the pain that where we have built relationship, today we are looked at as if we are a burden. But for me, sir, I didn't come to the Senate to lament what is not right. And I know that in diplomacy, there is the law of reciprocity. What are the issues in South Africa? The president of South Africa did campaign openly that foreigners were taking the jobs that South African people could do. That is why his hands and his legs are tied. What is my response? These Nigerians who are in South Africa, they are not there on holiday. They are there to work and to earn. And which kind of job are they doing? There are two categories. Many are traders, others are doing maybe some high-skilled jobs. So my view is that it is time to reciprocate. This Senate should adopt a position that MTN, a South African company that is cutting away millions of dollars from Nigeria every day, that Nigeria nationalize it and withdraw its license so that Nigerian company can take over the MTN business and recruit more people. Those coming from South Africa will find good jobs working with the company that will replace MTN. And I know that South African president has interest in MTN. The second is that we ask the Minister of Communication of the federal government to revoke the DSTV, which is also a South African company that is cutting away millions of dollars, even abusing, resorting to practices that will not even be accepted in South Africa. I don't want this Senate to be shedding tears, to sympathize with those who have died. We didn't come here to shed tears, and I'm not going to shed tears. If you hit me, I hit you. I think it is appropriate in diplomacy. It's an economic struggle. What the black South Africans are saying is that Nigerians are taking their jobs. Okay, Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of MTN. Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of DSTV. When we hit back, the president of South Africa will not only talk, he will go on his knees to recognize that Nigerians cannot be intimidated, and we do not condone any war life being lost. If a crime has been committed under South African law, they have a right to bring any sort of person to justice. But to kill our people as if we are helpless, we are not. By the time we turn in the economy hardship, we withdraw MTN license, we revoke DSTV license. Those people coming from Nigeria, from South Africa will have good jobs to do. Let South Africa continue with their jobs. Then when we have this balance of madness, I believe there will be sanity, and we will kick our bilateral relationship in a manner that is a win-win. Right now, Nigeria trade deficit with South Africa. South Africa is the one benefiting. So my colleagues, let's not turn this place to a place of mourning and crying and lamenting. Let us bite in a manner that they will be the one begging. I so hold and I persuade my colleagues that when we come to prayers, we should include these two prayers, that MTN license be withdrawn, that DSTV license be withdrawn. There are Nigerians who can provide those services, and they will employ those who are coming back home from South Africa. You bite me once, I bite you twice. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Aliru.